Hall. I wasn't planning on telling the story about FarmFlix, but our APHA chapter did make a little video about how pharmacists are superheroes and kind of highlighted all the different aspects that we can play. But again, unfortunately, I didn't have the video here to share with you today. But when I received the email from Dean Hall a couple weeks ago asking me to speak at today's lunch, I was definitely shocked and flattered and naturally a little bit nervous because I thought about like what could I possibly talk about and how would I speak to and acknowledge a room full of students, faculty, and donors that are all groups of people at different points in their career. I thought, what message could I deliver that could mean something to everybody in this room? So I decided I wanted to congratulate the past, acknowledge the present, and then focus on the future. So let's start with the past. As Dean Hall mentioned, we're all sitting here today because of something that we've achieved or because of something that we made happen. To the students, you're doing something right, excelling in classes, staying involved in organizations, or interning in different areas. Every single student here in this room is being recognized for what they have accomplished. And to those who aren't current students, many of you were at one point and understand what it is like. So we celebrate you today for supporting us and for being the people that make it possible to achieve great things. Your generosity not only helps alleviate debt, but allows students more time to work and to study, and it also serves as encouragement for us. It is refreshing, it is hopeful, and it is deeply appreciated. So now the present and the future. For a very long time, I have self-identified as a type A student, a trait that I think is fairly common among student pharmacists, especially those that are sitting in this room. Early on in high school, I was already thinking about colleges. And then the minute freshman year started, I began shadowing in the hospital trying to plan where I would be going to grad school. For as long as I could remember, my calendar has been booked down to the minute with barely any time to get from one commitment to the next. I spent high school and college projecting my life 1, 3, and 5 years ahead into the future, wondering what it was going to look like when I completed that next step. So you'd think that I might have finally stopped thinking about what's next once I started school here, but I didn't. And my calendar stayed the exact same. And it was hard in the beginning. I felt pulled in a million different directions, overwhelmed, and constantly being told what I think we all are constantly told: trust the process. So during pharmacy school, I have spent a lot of time running around, both literally and figuratively. One of my favorite Peloton coaches when I run often says, you don't have to, you get to. And while this started as workout motivation, it also began to shape my outlook as a student. And it reminded me how lucky I was to get to go to class and get to learn every day, get to work, and get to catch up with friends. I didn't have to juggle all of these things on my calendar, but I simply just got to do all of that. And that outlook made the now and the present a little bit less overwhelming. So I want to acknowledge the present moment because I do believe in living in the now. And I believe being grateful for where you are and enjoying the little things because the present matters. But at the same time today, I wanted to reframe the idea of looking forward to the future. Because so often in my life as a type A person, I've been told, don't worry, or slow down, or calm down. And it's not that I'm rushing, but I feel like there's something to be said about being a go-getter or a dream chaser. And I think that looking forward to your next step in life doesn't have to be inherently a bad thing. So the message I wanted to share today is not an original one. It's one that I saw many years ago, and when I started thinking about what I wanted to talk about, I thought, uh-oh. Uh-oh. So when I started thinking about it, I replayed it, and I thought it does a really great job of encouraging us to stay hungry for what the next step in life is. It comes from a speech that the actor Matthew McConaughey delivered when he won Best Actor at the Oscars in 2014. It's only about a minute or so long, so I really encourage you to watch it afterwards. But essentially he explains that when he was a teenager, someone asked him who his hero was. And his response was, "It's me in 10 years." And then 10 years later, that same person came up to him. He turned 25, and they said, "So are you a hero yet?" And he said, "No, not even close. My hero's me at 35. And he said, "Every day, every month, every year, my hero is always 10 years away." So I don't remember when I saw this speech for the first time, but I did rewatch it when I was writing this to remind myself of how much I loved that message. Because the point is that you don't ever have to become your own hero. And for most, our hero is always a moving target throughout our lives. But I think that's the point, because it gives you something to keep chasing. For my 4 years in undergrad at the College of Charleston, my hero was me standing at the white coat ceremony. And then that first day of class, my hero became myself after getting my first vaccine. Then it became finishing the first DPT. Then it was completing my first OSLE. Then it was finishing didactic. And now it's me at graduation in a few months. So again, you think that I might have stopped looking forward to what's next in life when I started school here? Because doctor of pharmacy, like most people would think that's the end game. High school, college, doctorate. But that doesn't have to be it. And I think my message today is please don't let it be. Dream beyond graduation. Find something that you want to chase. Chase your first job, chase owning your own pharmacy, becoming district leader, working in critical care or the emergency room. We're entering an extremely unique profession, and we're lucky to be joining at such a pivotal time. Scope of practice is expanding. We're valuable members of the team, and we offer a role in a multitude of different spaces. The future of our profession is so bright, but pharmacy will not move forward unless we push it forward, and unless we keep chasing things beyond just a diploma that will put PharmD behind our name. We're intelligent, capable, and educated, and we've been trained to do so much more than what is traditionally expected of us. We bring immense value to the healthcare system, and it's our responsibility to make sure that that value is seen, recognized, and expanded. You're currently the hero your youngest self looked up to. And now you can strive to be the hero that your patients are going to look up to and that future pharmacy students are going to look up to. If we don't continue to show up to be our best selves each day, if we don't step into leadership roles beyond graduation, if we don't make our voices heard, then we're doing a disservice not to just ourselves, but to our patients and to the profession as a whole. The trajectory of pharmacy is only going to go as far as we're all willing to take it. And so that's where I thought that the past, the present, and the future came together. We should celebrate the past that brought us all into this room today and congratulate those achievements. But we should also enjoy the present and find joy in small everyday moments. But we should never stop looking ahead. Don't stop chasing the hero version of ourselves. Because if you keep dreaming, keep striving, and keep pushing yourself and the profession forward, there's no limit to the impact that you can have in your life. So give yourself credit for being here today, but don't stop here. And at whatever point you are in your life, stay grateful for the present, but always stay hungry for what your next step is going to be. Thank you.